Hi guys, so today I will bring you a video about the new Fenty Beauty Powder Foundation. So this foundation is $36 and my shade is 310. This is what the compact looks like. I will insert a video here to show you the swatches and the product. So there are two mirrors here. There's one mirror at the bottom layer where there's the powder puff, and there's another layer on the top half of the compact where there's the powder. And the overall shape of the compact is very sleek and I think it is very pretty. So now I will prime my face. I will first be using my moisturizer, which is the Cerave Daily Moisturizing Lotion, to moisturize my entire face. For primer, I will be using the Milk Hydro Grip because this primer is very hydrating and it keeps the foundation very locked in. And I've definitely tried using this foundation without the primer. It also works beautifully. Another primer that really works well with this foundation is the e.l.f. Putty Primer. Even though that one is a little bit slick, the foundation still grabs onto it very well. But today I have to head out, so I need something a bit more long lasting, so I'm choosing the Milk Hydro Grip. 2 pumps. And now the primer is nice and tacky. I'll let it sit for 1 minute, then I'll start applying the foundation. Now it's been 1 minute, and because it is a powder foundation, I would have to apply liquid concealer first. I will not be applying the concealer to my pimples, etc., so that we can really see the coverage of the foundation. Now that I've applied the concealer, next we will be using the foundation. So before applying the foundation to my entire face, I will be using a small brush and set my concealer with the powder foundation. Now that I've applied the powder foundation to my under eyes, I can see that it's not very drying, but it did add some coverage to my under eyes. As for applying the foundation, I will be using 2 different methods. So I will be using this round top kabuki brush on this side of my face, and then use the puff on this side of my face. And we will compare the coverage of different methods. Then let's start off with the powder puff side of the face. Well, this shade is actually a bit darker than my face, but unfortunately there's no, for the medium warm shades, it's either this one or the 300 one, and I found some reviews on YouTube that says this one is a little bit more yellow, so I chose this one. But it's not like it's not darker or lighter than the 300 one. It's just the undertones are a little bit different. But if I have to choose one shade lighter than this, but still with a warm undertone, it would be like around 255 or something. I will insert a picture here to show you the shades. I definitely feel like there's a huge jump when it comes to the medium warm shades. Like the shades between 300 and the shade before that, there's too big of a jump between these 2 shades. So I might have to mix the 2, but I really don't feel like doing so. I hope that they can come up with some more shades for medium warm skin tones, because like the shades in between are all for neutral undertones or olive undertones, so there's no shade for warm undertones. But this shade definitely works for me when it is summer, so I won't be tossing away or selling this foundation. I would just wait for the summer to come. So I'm applying a lot of foundation on this side of my face because I'm using a powder puff, and you can see that the coverage is definitely a low medium, maybe a medium tops. It did say on the, I'm not sure about the claims. I think it is about like a more flexible coverage, but I do have a pimple here and it's not really covering that well. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It's not really covering that well. I will show you some close-ups once I finish the entire face. So this is half of my face completed, and you can see the shade difference. This shade is definitely too dark for me. So now I will be using this kabuki brush to apply it to this side of my face. So now is the entire face all applied the foundation. You can see that the shade is definitely too dark for me. It is like about one shade too dark for my skin tone, so I will apply some foundation to my neck. So I just show you the close-ups of the foundation applied, and I dim the lights a little bit so that you can see the details on my face a little bit better. As you can see here that there are some red veins on my face that's not really that covered, and the pimples here and here are not really that covered as well. So but on the bright side is that the foundation is very lightweight. I'm not feeling the foundation at all, and it's not drying or cakey on my face. I have dry skin, like very dry skin, so that really says something. So now I will be applying the contour, the blush and highlight on my face. I will not be talking during this part, and I will let you see how the products apply. First, contour. So normally after I apply some powders on my face, I would always use a setting spray. So I've just used the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and we will see how the foundation lasts with the setting spray. I usually do my base with a setting spray. So to give this foundation a fair chance, I have to use the setting spray so I can control the variables to the most. I will go finish the eye makeup and the lips, and I'll be right back. So this is the final look of today's makeup. I am enjoying the look of this makeup. It's not cakey at all. It has some decent coverage, and even though it is not really that blurring my pores, but part of the reason is that I have really large pores. So overall, I do think this foundation looks great when first applied. So the time right now is 4:42 in the afternoon. I will do some check-in after I come back this evening. However, because it is really late at the moment, I won't be wearing this foundation for a very long time. I think it looks great at this point, so we will see how it looks in a few hours. Bye! Hi guys, I'm back. So it's been 5 hours. So right now I'm gonna take this powder foundation and use the puff to apply another layer of foundation on my forehead and to see if my forehead has oxidized or not. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Here's where I reapplied the foundation, and here's where I didn't. And I don't feel like there's a lot of difference here. So here's how it looks after 5 hours. My face still isn't tacky at all, but I have dry skin, so I don't tend to have a tacky face. And it all feels very matte at the moment. But like the coverage here is starting to fade a little bit. Well, I mean, on the bright side, it's not caking up. And there's no dry patches. Overall, it adheres to my skin very well, and it still feels like nothing. But I'm still not sure about the shade, because apart from the shade, everything looks perfect. Maybe you can see that I'm wearing foundation here because I'm drier at these parts. But apart from that, I have no criticism. So today I tested the foundation when it is paired with different kinds of powder products, like powder contour, powder blushes, powder highlights. But I'm not sure how it will pair with cream products. Like, technically speaking, you're not supposed to use cream on top of powder, but I've seen somewhere else that if you spray your face first after you apply the powder foundation, then you can apply some cream products on top. And from what I can see, this foundation is very long lasting and it is very lightweight, even though the coverage is not very good. I think it is a good summer foundation because it's so lightweight and it applies so easily with a brush that you can just apply some tinted moisturizer and quickly throw this on, and the overall effect would be very nice. This foundation is not waterproof because I've tried wearing this foundation and then the entire line of foundation disappeared. So I don't think this foundation is suitable if you're going to, if it's going to rain. I won't suggest you to wear this foundation, but it's just a normal weather, go for it. It's a great foundation and it's not oxidizing on my face, but I'm not sure if it's gonna oxidize on oily skin. Yeah, overall it is a great foundation when paired with powder products, because the powder products blend beautifully on top of it, considering it's powder over powder. My biggest criticism would be that the shade range is not very good for medium warm skin tones. If you already have 50 shades, then why put 300 and 310 being so similar to one another? Why not just change 300 into something a little bit lighter and make the shade range a little bit more diverse? So that is my criticism. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I will see you in the next one. Bye!